What's going on, guys, and welcome back to Supper and a Can. We're back at the Valdoro Chippy and I'm joined by this week's very special guest, Scottish national treasure, the hilarious Karen Dunbar. Karen, welcome to the show. Now, without further ado, let's get a munch.
Just ride with it, like, go and get live with it, but niggas don't like me.
Well, Karen, welcome
Hi,
to
Gio.
Supper and a Can.
I'm calling you Gio, is that alright? It's not Giovanni.
It's either or.
Right,
You prefer.
I might forget both.
Well,
later on.
welcome to Supper and a Can. It's
Hi.
a pleasure to have you. This isn't your order, this is my order. So tell them what's happened today.
Well, usually you'll have guests and you'll say what's your supper and they'll order a supper.
They will.
And you get free food. I mean, that's not what you like. But I'm fasting today. I'm doing the fasting. I'm not even kidding you. I can't believe there's a pizza crunch there and I'm not going to eat that. Because I'm strong. That's what's happening today.
Well, if you were getting a supper, what would be your
Sausage
go-to?
supper.
Yeah.
A sausage supper and maybe a pickled egg.
What's the story behind that then? Has that always been your order?
No,
or-
it was just actually, it was the first time it came to my head, but I do like a sausage supper. Because if it's a fish supper, it's going to be a really, really, really good fish and it's done in really good batter. Whereas a sausage supper, it could have been lying in the pavement and I would still eat it.
You grew up in Ayr, you're an Ayr girl, born and bred.
No.
No?
No.
false.
Did you, is this
You're
Wikipedia?
born in Glasgow,
See?
but you moved to
Wikipedia.
Ayr.
That's right.
There you go.
That's right.
So you're born in Glasgow,
Aye.
but you grew up in Ayr.
I did, aye.
Talk to us a bit about your childhood. What was your school days like?
Well, as you can imagine, at school I was a bit of a rebel. I wasn't really a rebel. I'm going to say so much. I wasn't intentionally rebellious. I just couldn't keep my mouth shut. So I ended up getting into, no serious bother, but I just get put out of the classes a lot of the time and was like looking in the window at the rest of my pals and stood outside the classes. So, but I still did alright at school, so I was quite smart.
Well, where do you say that the love for comedy began then? Was there anyone in your life that was really into comedy? Or?
Well, my sister was dead funny.
Yeah.
And so was my dad actually. My dad was kind of mere jokes. I remember he would tell me a joke as if it was something that had really happened. Right? Like, I remember him saying to me one time, he'd been to the doctors, right? And I says, what's wrong with you? I was quite concerned about him. And he says, it's my hearing's away. And I said, well, what happened? He says, I went to the doctors and I says to him, my hearing's away. And the doctor says, what are the symptoms? And I says, they're a yellow cartoon family in the television. I'm not even going to explain it. See if you don't get that, it's your own problem. So my dad was quite funny like that, and my sister was more kind of zany. I was a kind of mix of both, but what I saw in that was the power to connect, which sounds a wee bit airy-fairy, but that's what it was. A lot of it was to try and get me not to get bullied as well.
Yeah.
I was trying to make folk laugh before they battered me.
Well, when I was doing my research, I found out that you used to sing in your local church. Is that true? When you were younger?
Well, I did. I sung once.
One time?
Actually, do you know something? You can see me struggling there because I don't think anybody's ever asked me that like that, and I did. But I was about 10-year-old, 10, 11, and I went to the Sunday school. None of my family were in the church then. I just went myself. Like I did most things.
You just showed up?
Aye. I was in a thing called the Tuesday Club, which was kids for the streets run about that used to go and play there. But then I went to the Sunday school as well, and because I was going to say quite a good voice. I've got a great voice. They had me singing solo in one of the shows, which is I've got a video for that. Do you want me to send you a clip of it and you can edit it? Would you do that?
We'll put it in right here, this wee clip.
That's me.
Throughout your younger years then, would you say that you wanted to be a singer? Was that something that was in your mind, or was it more the comedy side?
I think I wanted to be famous. See, a lot of people in the business, they'll not admit it. They're just like, oh no, it was my art. I'm like, ah. It was fame, man. It was fame. I'm not saying everybody wants that, but I wanted that. And the reason that I wanted that is because famous folk were rich and folk liked them and did things for them. That was why I wanted to be famous. I'm not even kidding. But I also loved singing. and I loved making folk laugh. So I mean, there's a sense of power in that, to get attention and to get accolades in that. I mean, I sang at the school competitions. I sang in the Burns competition. I won it 4 years in a row. Folk hated me. I mean, that didn't get me pals. Folk just hated me. Karen Dunbar's won again. Mind you, that's the last thing I did then. So I didn't really care what I did, how I was going to be famous, whether it was singing or whether it was comedy. I didn't think I would be an actor. I just wanted to be famous. And so did yous. So don't look at this video and be like, oh, what's that? Oh, but so did yous.
You began working, I don't know if, was it a karaoke bar, or did your bar in there, it started doing karaoke?
God, son, you've
And
done
then
your
like,
stuff.
Karen, we want you to host it.
That's right. I worked in a bar.
Right.
I worked in a bar called Bonkers. And there used to be a bar called Bonkers in Glasgow. A wee bit before your time. But it was 3 stories. It was a 3-storey bar and restaurant. It was, massive. And just across the Central Station.
Right.
But the original one was in here. So I started working in there. And it was what was called a show bar. Not that's right. That had a wee stage in the middle, and folk, like the bar staff used to get mime to songs in that, like Drag Race. And so that's what I used to do. But sometimes I would sing. This was before karaoke and that, and it was really hard to get backing music. So I would sing over the top of songs. And then karaoke came out, and this is go and host it. Do you know how much I was getting? £2.10 an hour before tax. £2 of money. And much as that, much as a pizza crunch. Much as a pizza crunch! £6.70. I would have had to work for 4 hours because I get taxed. I would have had to work for 4 hours to have
Just to pay for that.
a pizza crunch. None of your juice. But the karaoke really took off.
Oh.
So it was on a Wednesday, and then it got really busy. So they put it on Wednesday and Thursday, and then the Thursday got busy. So they put it on Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday. So that meant I was hosting the karaoke for about 4 hours a night. So that was 12 hours a week, and I was just starting to get, like, I don't know if I would say I was good at it, but I was starting to practice. Like anything you practice it, you get better at it.
I mean, you might not remember this, but as I was telling my family about me interviewing you, because they're all buzzing, really excited, my uncle said that you texted them 2 years ago asking for DJ tips.
Who's your uncle?
Andy Piacentini.
How would I know him? Because why am I asking somebody for DJ tips when I started DJing in 1993?
But
so why am I?
This is what he claimed.
31 years I've been DJing, but I'm asking Andy Piacentini for tips. Who are you, Andy?
There we go. I've called
No, but I'm open to it because I might have. Where does he DJ? How would
I have no idea, but he's like he does a lot of vinyls. So it might be, I don't know if it could have been because of that. I couldn't tell you.
I'm not saying I didn't. I'm perimenopausal, so I might have. And I was looking to move into digital DJing, so it might have been for that. Oh my god! So what time are you putting it on?
7 o'clock.
No, that is bizarre. Right, what does that say? 14th of July. Look,
No way.
I'm DJing at Transmit. It's 7
Wow.
o'clock. I know. See, now I'm starting to get kudos. I'm on
That's
at Transmit.
class.
No, I'm dead. Like I'm not
Come
just.
up and visit you.
Aye, you're welcome to. I'm in the
outside.
VIP bit.
Well, what made you start DJing then? Was it always just
Because
a
they
love of
says to
music?
me, get round there and DJ as well. What they wanted to do was take all the people for the pub into the club, which is a very good marketing ploy. And so that's the reason I started DJing. I was absolutely shiting myself to do it. I mean, it might not seem much, but to have a dance floor full of people and be in charge of pressing the button that keeps them on the dance floor is quite daunting.
What kind of music then would you think? Because I know that you're a big hip hop fan. Some may not know.
What?
Would you be DJing hip hop or?
I don't know, son, you've done your work. No. As much as I do love hip hop, I'm no an aficionado. I mean,
Who's your favourite hip hopper?
I'm just going like, I like the Eminem. Do you know, just sound like an old crusty old fud. I mean, is it Jay Dilla? Is that his name? I mean, that's a sampler though. I was right into him for a while. I'm trying to sound cool, but I was into him. Anyway, so I don't know what to talk about now. But what I'm DJing.
What
So
music you play?
I usually download Mr. Pete Tom boy. Pete Tom. I usually download most of his stuff each week since I got into digital DJing. So that's been about the last 4 years, and make mixes of that, which I can. What are you into? Or what kind of stuff are you into?
Do
you like dance? Do you
Depends.
like
I don't like
dance?
Nah, I don't like techno. My girlfriend's like a massive techno fan, but I like house music. Don't mind house music. I know it's mental. But I'm more. To be fair, I've not started DJing. That's a complete lie.
Are you into DJ?
I want to learn how to do it properly.
Right.
Because there you go. We can do back to back.
We should do a video of that. You should do a video of that. Should is a parental message, and I take that back. I am not here to advise or cajole or bribe anybody.
What I'm obsessed with is like rap over like house beats.
Aye, I've got
which is like the kind of new
so mashing
thing.
it up.
So like what I've got literally bought the cheapest one. Do you know what DJ Pro is? Seen that?
DJ Pro is fucking brilliant.
I love it. I really
that's
really
what it
like
is.
it. Really
I've
like
tried
it.
Tractor, I tried Serato, blah blah blah. DJ Pro is so user friendly. Plus, because you can do separate the stems. So you want to get a DJ controller, those honestly, because it's so much better. I'm seriously, so that is, I've been using that for the last 4 years.
So we've got to the music part. Now on to something that I really was excited to talk to you about.
Right.
So in 1998, 1998, you had your first TV audition.
That's right.
For a little show called Chewin the Fat.
It's 97, but we'll go with that. Aye. See, I don't know if you want me to be pedantic. And
well, you can
words
fact
like
check
pedantic. But end of 97.
You auditioned. This part, I don't know if I've got right. You auditioned in a character. Was it your friend's gran?
Well done.
Or your friend's mum, Mary?
Kinda. Oh, that's good. Oh. So it was like a hybrid of my pal's mum, Mary, Vance, my pal, and just a kind of wee made up woman. So what I did was, I got the audition. By the way, I bumped into Vance. I mean, this is all coincidental. Or not, or depending what you believe in. I bumped into Vance and he says, I can't believe I've seen you today. He says, the comedy unit are having open auditions this week and I keep thinking Karen Dunbar should go. And I was like, I've never been to an audition in my life, I don't know what I'm doing. He went, just saying. Phoned them on a landline, you can Google it. They had one audition left. I'd seen him on the Tuesday and they had an audition left on the Thursday. One audition. So I says, I'll take it. Gave them my name. Made up a video of myself of things that I'd done by playing it on the telly and then video and then on the video camera. That's how I edited it. I gave them that. Dressed up as a wee woman and wrote out stuff about myself. But I thought I'll kid on I'm a wee woman. Now I know that's script writing and acting, ladies and gentlemen. That's what that is. So that's what I did. And but they were deadpan and all that. Thanks for coming out to see us.
Yeah.
And I thought I'll not hear from them again. But they phoned me the next day and says, come on in and talk to us. So I went in, and funny, the high Haitian Colin Gilbert, who had made Rabsy Nesbitt, he said, what is it you want? And I said, global domination. He says, well, we'll put you in a radio show to see how it goes. And that radio show was Chewin the Fat. And then while I was doing the radio show, it was commissioned for TV. I still was in the karaoke.
Really?
Huh? And DJing and that. And then I left all the karaoke and DJ to go and do Chewin the Fat. And I mean, I was running my own business by this time. I was out 5 nights a week, working in Edinburgh and everything. So I've been working DJing for about 6 years by this point. Karaoke for the same time. And then packed it on, did Chewin the Fat. I filmed Chewin the Fat, and then at the end of it I was like, I've got a job. I don't have a job. And so I went back. I went back to my boss. I was like, can I get my old job back? He was like, and you come. I went back to DJing in Bennett's. At that time I was DJing in Bennett's, hosting karaoke in Sadie Frost's, and working in CC Bloom's in Edinburgh, which is still there, next to the Playhouse.
And was this after it was out, or was it before it had been put out yet?
After, it was out. Chewin the Fat was out, but it was round about the same time actually, so that's a good question. So Chewin the Fat came out January 99, and I went back to work like after the Christmas and that, in the pubs. So the second series of Chewin the Fat, I was DJing, hosting karaoke and doing a pub quiz and filming the second series of Chewin the Fat. I was very young at the time, not quite as young as you, but that pat. Because I was like 28, believe me, that's young. Once you get to 53, fucking 53. How did that happen? I didn't die, that's how it happened. Anyway, but I nearly gave myself a nervous breakdown because I was filming I was getting picked up sometime, not the time, at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I was DJing till 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was trying to learn lines. I was feared in case it collapsed and I didn't have a job. But what you're saying about what did Chewin the Fat give you? So it gave me recognition. You see, it gave me money that I hadn't ever made before. I mean, we were a really poor family. It's not as if I came for money or anything like that. Do you know? My mum died. When my mum died, she left me and my 2 sisters some money, and we get £800 each. And that felt like, I was like, oh my God, can I actually believe my mother had that money? And she'd go to, it was an insurance policy that my dad had cashed in when she died. And he was like, I actually feel emotional saying that. He's like, a wee bit of money. So we were like dirt poor. So it gave me money, but actually I'd already been making money. I run my own business in the pubs and clubs, but it gave me a lot more possibilities. Being in Chewin the Fat and being famous to whatever degree. I mean,
no, you're definitely famous.
Well,
no air quotes.
But it depends what famous means. You know, like.
But if you walk down the street today, if you walk down the street, you know that everyone will.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
You really think so? Or no?
Not at all. I mean, I'm not being it's no false humility. It's like, oh no, nobody knows me. Fucking nobody knows. There's no nobody knows me, but loads of folk don't know me. I mean, I'm really surprised. You're 18, and then I saw you in the shoe shop, and you were like, you didn't go, oh my God, you're Karen Dunbar, but you were like, so you knew who I was. So I was surprised. So I was surprised that you knew who I was, because a lot of like, not just like your generation, but the generation after that. Chewin the Fat was out 25 years ago. It was 7 years before you were born. So even when you were born, it was done.
No, it was. So
you can only have been watching it second hand, if you know what I mean. I was in the gym as a personal trainer. I didn't stick with it for long, but he was a good wee guy, just in case he was watching. Kieran's 29.
Shout him out.
And he says, hiya Kieran. I'm coming back, I just can't be bothered on it. And he said, who's the most famous, he knew who I was, right? But he says, who's the most famous person you know, who you've met? And I went, Meryl Streep.
Really?
And he went, who's Meryl Streep?
Someone from Mamma Mia, no?
Aye, but very much more than that,
yeah,
Sophie's Choice, right? So, to me, she is mega famous. But Kieran didn't know. And he went, no, anybody else? And I went, Jake Gyllenhaal. And he went, oh my God, right? So that was quite impressive for him. Name drop, because I was in a Shakespeare play in New York. And Meryl Streep came to see it. Wow. And then so did Jake Gyllenhaal. Do you remember Claire Danes?
Yeah.
For Homeland. They were there together, I think. Ooh, showbiz goss. Hollywood goss. This is like 10 years ago by now.
Who's been the most famous person that's like came to you as a fan?
Well, I'll tell you one that I was like, oh my God, I can't believe this is my life. So Chewin the Fat came out 99 in the January, I think. And in the October we were invited to the BAFTAs. We weren't nominated because you had to be in the year before. The show had to be out the year before, 98. And I remember going, and I was completely sparkled. I mean, it's not as if I was like, hi everybody, I'm famous, hi. I was totally like a pure wee Ned in a suit like that. I fucking don't know what I'm doing here. Like that. And as we were going up this, we'd been to the ceremony and everything. And then we were going up the stairs to the dinner bit. And as I was going up the stairs, Peter Mullen.
Wow.
So Peter Mullen was walking up the stairs with me and he went like that. I totally love you, by the way. And I was like, and I love you. This is bonkers, man. And I think I went into the toilet and I was like that, just sitting in a cubicle blinking. Right. Do you know?
Well, the final thing, just in the past that I've not touched on, is the Karen Dunbar show. Now, I think it finished airing just after, 2 months after I was born, in 2006. But, talk to us about that, because did you write that as well?
No, I didn't write any. I didn't write any of the stuff.
Because that's what my initial idea, just with the name, the Karen Dunbar show, that it would have all been you.
No, I mean, I would not, I wouldn't have been able to do that.
No?
I'm not saying that I don't write stuff in a day. I mean, I'm doing shows the new, which is all my stuff, like live shows. But it meant that I was like the head of the show, if you like. I was the main person in the show, and of course there were other great actors in it as well, but most sketches had me in it, you know, and if there was a main woman in it, then it was me, blah blah. And that's just taken for the popularity of Chewin the Fat, you know. They got 2 shows out of one. They got Still Game and the Karen Dunbar show. There was something really significant when I did the last day of the first series of filming the Karen Dunbar show. You did the clapperboard, and it was like this was the last clapperboard in that series. And then there's like when you did the last clapperboard of a series, there's usually a hey, and we did that, and we filmed the sketch, and then it was like, right, you can take that clapperboard and keep it. And I was going back round to the trailer to get changed, like she changed it, the costume and everything, and I felt the lowness coming on, because it was like, that's it. Like, I have just stuck a flag in Everest, right? The mountain of that I started to climb. That sounds very Meryl Streep, but if I started climbing a mountain when I was 4, when I was singing on the stage, when I was a tiny wee lassie at the club in the corner, I'm thinking, I want to be famous. This is it. It will not get any better than this. Now that doesn't mean that I didn't do other things or bigger things or anything, but that was to have my own show. I think Elaine C. Smith had her own TV show, like the Elaine C. Smith show. I think Dorothy Paul did as well. And I might be wrong in this, but like, let's say in BBC Scotland that I'm the only other woman to have a show named after themselves in Scotland.
Amazing achievement.
And that felt like odd and hill for here. And it was. It's never been quite that sort of pinnacle again. Yeah. Even though, I mean, the next, I'm doing that, what does that mean? One of the sort of biggest things about doing the opening of the Commonwealth Games. But that's about the amount of people that was there. So there's 40,000 people, but also there was 1 billion people watching it. If you're talking about numbers of audience, but personal achievement, I think that was I don't think I've ever had anything as achieving as that.
Now on to the future per se, or right now.
Aye.
You've just done the Euro sketch show.
Aye.
How was that, working with all those wonderful people again?
Aye, it was good, I enjoyed it. My memory's gone, and there's a bit of me that thinks, you don't want to say that like on camera. I don't care, it's the truth. So I don't know if it will come back, because I'm menopausal, and that's one of the things, is brain fog. So a lot of stress learning lines that I'm not up for anymore. I'm just not up for that stress. Unless it's for $1 million. The social enterprise that I run, that's been great for me. It's been great for me, like a kind of feel good thing, but it also makes money too. So it's none of that's about, yes, my charity work. It's not about that. It's about me feeling good about what I'm doing and making some money out of that as well. So that's called Beats Therapy. So
what is it that does?
I work with community groups to write raps. We had a BBC documentary about it, but it's off iPlayer now, called Karen Dunbar School of Rap.
Well, Karen, it has been an absolute pleasure to share this chat
Likewise.
with you. If you're wanting to catch Karen in her tours in Scotland, where can they get the tickets?
All over the world.
Ticketmaster?
No, it's online. I mean, if you Google Karen Dunbar Scottish Tours, it will come up. I don't remember. I've no memory. I know where I have to be and what time I have to be there, and that's it.
Looking brilliant. Well, thank you very much, guys, and we'll see you next week.
Bye-bye. All the best.
Just ride with it, like, go and get live with it. Niggas don't like me cause I'm nice with it. And the girl gets hyped to it, neck deep in when I'm